What really happened in Bhopal on that fateful night in 1984? An ordinary night turned into an unforgettable nightmare when a gas leak incident in Bhopal, India, claimed thousands of lives and left countless others grappling with the aftermath. The incident, one of the world's worst industrial disasters, is a tragic tale of negligence and human suffering. But within this tale, there's a layer that often goes untold: the role of the railwaymen. These unsung heroes, amidst the chaos and confusion, risked their lives to save others. But who were they? What drove them to act with such bravery and selflessness? And how did their actions impact the course of that fateful night? The answers to these questions remain shrouded in the mists of time, yet they are integral to understanding the full extent of the Bhopal gas leak incident. Join us as we delve into the events of that night and the unsung heroes, the railwaymen. The clock struck midnight, and Bhopal was about to witness one of the world's worst industrial disasters. As the city slept under a blanket of darkness, an insidious danger was brewing in the heart of the Union Carbide factory. Unbeknownst to the city's inhabitants, a deadly cocktail of chemicals was reacting within an industrial storage tank, leading to an uncontrollable increase in temperature and pressure. The factory's safety systems, designed to neutralize such a chemical reaction, failed to kick in. The pressure continued to mount until, finally, the tank gave way, releasing a cloud of lethal methyl isocyanate gas into the night sky. This highly toxic cloud, denser than air, began to descend upon the city, silently infiltrating homes, streets, and alleyways. The effects were immediate. People woke up gasping for breath, their eyes burning. Panic ensued as the residents of Bhopal scrambled to escape the invisible death that had descended upon them. But, for many, it was too late. The gas was so potent that it claimed lives within minutes, turning the city into a scene straight out of a nightmare. Meanwhile, the factory's management was woefully unprepared for such a catastrophe. Their response was slow and inadequate, leaving the city and its people to fend for themselves in the face of this unprecedented disaster. The city's infrastructure, already stretched thin, struggled to cope with the unfolding crisis. Hospitals were quickly overwhelmed, and the city's streets were filled with the sounds of sirens, cries, and confusion. Yet, amidst this chaos, a beacon of hope began to shine. A group of ordinary men whose job was to keep the city's trains running stepped up to face the challenge. These were the railwaymen, the unsung heroes of Bhopal, who put their lives on the line to save their city from total destruction. As Bhopal plunged into chaos, a group of unsung heroes emerged, the railwaymen. They were about to play a crucial role in the city's fight for survival, a story we'll delve into in our next scene. Stay with us as we uncover their brave deeds on that fateful night. While the city was enveloped in a deadly cloud of gas, the railwaymen stood their ground. In the heart of Bhopal, the railway station became an unlikely beacon of hope amid the chaos. The railwaymen, the workers and operators of the Bhopal railway station, found themselves thrust into a nightmare scenario. As the deadly cloud of gas descended on the city, they were faced with a choice: to flee or to stay and help. They chose the latter. The railwaymen, armed with nothing more than their courage and their unwavering commitment to their duty, turned the railway station into a sanctuary. They mobilized trains, creating an escape route for those who could reach the station. Despite the danger, they continued to function, signaling trains, managing the crowds, and ensuring that as many people as possible could escape the deadly gas. Their actions were nothing short of heroic. The trains they managed to keep running carried thousands of people to safety, away from the lethal gas that had engulfed the city. But their bravery came at a cost. Many of the railwaymen lost their lives to the toxic gas, choosing to stay at their posts until the very end. The impact of their actions cannot be overstated. Without the railwaymen, the death toll of the Bhopal gas leak would have been much higher. Their selflessness and bravery saved countless lives, providing a glimmer of hope amid the darkness. Their story is a testament to the power of duty and the human spirit. In the face of unimaginable horror, they chose to stand their ground, to do their job, and to help their fellow citizens. They were not soldiers, they were not first responders, they were ordinary men thrown into an extraordinary situation. And yet, they rose to the occasion, proving that heroism can come from the most unlikely of places. These were the men who risked their lives to save others, the unsung heroes of Bhopal. The dawn of December 3, 1984, revealed the true extent of the disaster. As the sun rose, the scale of devastation unfurled. The silent killer gas had left in its wake a trail of death and destruction. Thousands of people were dead, their lives snuffed out in the darkness. But the death toll didn't stop there. In the subsequent weeks and months, the numbers continued to rise, reaching into the tens of thousands. Yet, death was not the only aftermath of this nightmarish incident. Survivors were left grappling with a plethora of health issues. Respiratory problems, eye damage, neurological disorders, and other debilitating conditions became a grim part of their everyday life. The gas had seeped into their bodies, causing irreversible harm. Children born to affected parents were not spared either, bearing the brunt of the disaster with congenital disabilities and growth disorders. The response to the disaster was a mixed bag. The Indian government was criticized for its lack of preparedness and ineffective crisis management. The lack of immediate medical relief and the sluggish pace of compensation to the victims added fuel to the fire. The government's efforts to provide rehabilitation and healthcare services to the survivors were seen as inadequate and too little, too late. Union Carbide Corporation, on the other hand, was under worldwide scrutiny. Accused of negligence and poor safety standards, the corporation faced severe backlash. Yet their response was far from satisfactory. They denied any wrongdoing, instead blaming the disaster on sabotage by a disgruntled employee. The corporation agreed to a compensation settlement, but many argue that it was a pittance compared to the extent of human suffering and environmental damage caused. The Bhopal disaster was indeed a dark chapter in industrial history. It was a stark reminder of the potential hazards of industrialization without adequate safety measures. It underscored the need for stringent regulations, accountability, and preparedness in the face of potential disasters. The Bhopal gas leak was not just an incident, it was a wake-up call. The Bhopal gas leak incident left a scar that is still felt today. A disaster of such magnitude forces us to take a hard look at our practices, policies, and responsibilities. It compels us to question, to learn, and to adapt. And so, the lessons of Bhopal have been many. One of the most poignant lessons is the importance of stringent industrial safety regulations. In the wake of the disaster, countries around the world took a new look at their safety standards. They realized the necessity of stringent regulations, regular inspections, and strict enforcement. The incident was a wake-up call to industries worldwide, prompting them to prioritize safety over profits. The Bhopal incident also highlighted the crucial role of crisis management and emergency response systems. It underscored the importance of having a well-planned, well-coordinated emergency response in place, capable of dealing with incidents of this scale. The lessons learned here have helped shape crisis management strategies worldwide, making us better prepared to handle such disasters. But perhaps the most enduring lesson from Bhopal is the ongoing fight for justice. The victims and their families, along with numerous activists and organizations, have been seeking justice for close to 4 decades. Their struggle is a reminder that justice delayed is justice denied. It shows us the importance of holding corporations accountable for their actions, of ensuring they bear the full cost of their negligence. Finally, the Bhopal incident teaches us about resilience. Despite the tragedy that befell them, the people of Bhopal have shown incredible strength and determination. They have rebuilt their lives from the ashes, proving that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit prevails. Bhopal reminds us of the price we pay for negligence, and the heroes who emerge in the face of adversity. It shows us the need for vigilance, accountability, and resilience, and it underscores the importance of learning from our past, to ensure we do not repeat the same mistakes in the future. The story of Bhopal and the railwaymen is one of tragedy, courage, and resilience. We journeyed through that fateful night in December 1984, a night that forever changed the lives of thousands. We delved into the bravery and heroism of the railwaymen who risked their lives in the face of an unimaginable catastrophe. We analyzed the aftermath, the response, and the significant lessons learned from this tragedy. We hope this exploration has not only enlightened you about a crucial chapter in history, but also encouraged you to reflect on its implications. The resilience of the Bhopal survivors and the heroism of the railwaymen should serve as a reminder of human strength in the face of adversity. They are an embodiment of the spirit that says, even in the darkest hours, we will not give in. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Please like this video, subscribe to Econ Explorers, and join us next time as we explore more intriguing stories from our world.